They've got it made. Just hanging out in the shade. Pig 1 and pig 2. Okay, the trees have been watered and we've got all kinds of new growth. Getting green from top to bottom, all the way down to there. Same thing over here. So we're gonna make it on the trees. Green. And this little fella here, littlest one, is the same thing. From top to bottom. So I'm hauling them about, half a 5-gallon bucket every day. And that seems to keep them going. But, okay. We've turned the corner on the locust trees. On to the next thing. Check the incubator. Oh, what? I've got to check because, what is it? The last few days, I think the last 3 days we turned that up and quit rotating them. So I need to check on that. We'll mark a day off here, but I'd almost forgotten that. Yeah, we're gonna have to turn that turner off on the last few days. I think it's last 3, but I'll double check. And because we're getting close. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days left or so. So I need to check on that tonight. Okay, on to the next. Well, see if we can hunt down pig 1 and pig 2. There's a bobwhite quail hollering, if you guys could hear that. He's right back over in there. Maybe you can hear him. He did it again, but I was making noise. Alright, so they're still getting feed. I'd rake that down even, if you remember, not very long ago. So I might rake it down a little bit more. Alright, that's not the best video, but we'll go see if we can find the pig 1 and pig 2. See if our mud hole, wallow hole is still dripping. I might walk over there and see if we can get close enough to that quail to flush it out. We're gonna have to go on a pig hunt anyway. There's a couple different quails. One this way and one back over this way. But that's a good little wallow hole right here in the shade. They're in good shade. So, but we better see if we can find them. They have been back over this way, so I think we'll look back this way. Because we're pretty close to that one quail. Here they are. Lucky we went this way. All right. Uh-oh, get my finger out of the way, I'm sorry. Look like happy pigs. So we found them. They're in good shape. So, okay, we might walk over and see if we can flush up one of them quails here in a minute. But pigs are in good shape. That bobwhite quail is not very far over here. Maybe I get it close enough you guys could hear him at least. There, you heard him. He's sitting right in a tree right over there, I bet you. I doubt if we can get, we won't be able to see him, but he's right over in here somewhere. And by the way, I'm not sure what these are. Look at the thorns on these trees. Golly, one just got me. Look at that thing. I'll just break it off. Look at that. That is crazy. I'm not sure what kind of tree that is, but it is one prickly dude. You're not going to climb in it. I would bet. I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine that Native Americans wouldn't have known about these trees and used those needles for sewing or whatever, because they're just needle sharp and forever long. Like, that quail was right over in here. In the past few years, when I was a kid, we hunted quails. You didn't even have to have a dog. You just, if you had some CRP grass, you'd go out and hunt quails. But last 7, 8, 9 years, they've been almost non-existent. And then in the last probably year and a half, they have started to make a comeback. So it's pretty cool when we have them around. And when I was over there in the pig pen, I could hear at least 3 rooster quails hollering. So we're not going to get probably lucky enough to be able to see one. Sometimes they'll set up on a fence post or whatever and bob white, you know. So, but I think you guys heard him probably. So, okay, on to the next. Just going to show you guys this pig pen. And it was here when we bought the place, so I didn't build it. But it's just this woven wire, and it's, you know, 3 foot tall probably, just a little under waist height, and it works well for pig fence. So it was here, so we're using it pretty well. Cause there's a mosquito on me, but just T-post and that woven wire. And bigger pigs, I have had bigger pigs that would get over top of it and ride it down like that, you can see, but these smaller pigs like we have in here, they're not going to do that. So it keeps them in pretty well. I just got to walk it before I let them in here, make sure, you know, there's not any fence down or anything. So it was all in good shape. So all right. Hey, I checked with Grok, which is the AI on X platform, And it says we turn that egg turner off on day 18. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We'll turn that off Wednesday. And they said it allows the embryo to position itself for hatching. Because right now, I suppose, they don't know which way's up. But hopefully there's some embryos in there. Hopefully there's chickens in there. So Wednesday we'll turn that off. Okay. Just wanted to let you guys know I'd looked that up. Got that information. So I just saw my wife zoomed by here. So I'm probably going to go up and try to get I just cut, I cut my hair here at home because I go to town and it costs me 30 bucks. And they do I go to town and I sit down and they're like, what number garden? And I'm like, 2 or 3, I guess. And they do the same thing that I do right up here. And it cost me 30 bucks. So I just, my wife doesn't really enjoy the process because she has to clean me up in the back of my neck. But I'm like, honey, we're saving 30 bucks here. And it takes us, 10 minutes. So, I'm not going to argue with that calculation. 30 bucks in 10 minutes. So it was 180 an hour or something. Anyway, I'm sure the people at town cutting hair aren't making that much, and they're paying rent on a space and all that. But, if I can save 30 bucks, I'm going to save 30 bucks and cut my hair up there. So that's my soapbox moment for the evening. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day, everybody.